This is Eddie Hearn, Matchroom Boxing. You are watching Sporting Icons. You don't need to be anywhere else.
Right, first of all, thank you, Alejandro, for sending me this article. So the WBO have in fact released a statement regarding the Billy Joe Saunders. Obviously, most of you will know by now that Billy Joe Saunders failed a PED test with VADA, and the supplement that he failed on is banned by VADA, but it's not banned by WADA, which is the World Anti-Doping Association, nor is it banned in the UK with UKAD. But in VADA, it's banned. Of course, he agreed to VADA, which meant he had to follow the protocol of VADA. Okay, and the supplement that he failed on, Billy Joe, or a member of his team at least, said that it was a nasal spray. So, don't know, do we? But either way, the WBO have in fact released a statement, and this is what they said. Billy Joe Saunders has voluntarily vacated the WBO Middleweight Title and publicly apologised for his violation of the Massachusetts Athletic Commission's anti-doping regulations. Therefore, the clash between Demetrius Andrade and Walter Kakawonka, scheduled for October 20th, will now be vacant for the World Crown. I will also recommend to the WBO Executive Committee that Saunders receives a 6-month suspension for his transgression. So that is the statement from the WBO. So interesting right there at the very, very end, where they said that they're going to recommend that he gets suspended for 6 months. If it is 6 months, then he's lucky, because usually this kind of thing carries a 2-year ban. That's the kind of thing. Now, again, a lot of you guys would have seen my interview with Eddie Hearn earlier on today. If you haven't seen it, it's just a couple of videos back from today, and in fact I'll put it up at the very end of this video as well, so you just click on that and have a watch, where we spoke about the whole Billy Joe Saunders thing. And I asked Eddie Hearn, is he likely to be not only stripped but suspended? And Eddie Hearn said yes, it's very possible that it could be, but there's also a possibility that maybe somewhere down the line he could face Demetrius Andrade if he was to beat this Walter guy from Namibia, who, by the way, is a very, very big puncher. He's knocked out all but one of his opponents and undefeated. So he's a pretty big puncher, but again, against who? So it's one of those situations, isn't it, where whether you like Billy Joe or whether you don't, you can kind of see the fact that on UKAD, what he was doing was perfectly safe, perfectly legal. But the facts are, it is in the banned list, and if you agree to VADA, you have to adhere by these rules. Now, I'm not saying it's necessarily Billy Joe, maybe a member of his team or a friend or whatever. He had a blocked nose, if it is a nasal spray. A friend gave him that, his wife, his girlfriend, whatever, gave him that. And he just had like a quick look and maybe on UKAD and forgot about VADA. I'm not making excuses for him, but it's a possibility. So, yeah, to get suspended for 6 months. Now, that doesn't mean he cannot box for 6 months. No, not at all. Because it's only he can't fight for the WBO World Title for 6 months. If they agree to 6 months, of course. So he can still fight here in the UK. He could potentially still fight in the US. He just can't fight in Massachusetts. So it's no great deal for him. It's an inconvenience, no doubt, the fact that he has been training for Andrade. Andrade has, of course, been training for him. And now this Walter guy that he's going to be fighting is a orthodox fighter opposed to a southpaw, and he's a knockout artist opposed to a very, very skilled, elusive fighter like Billy Joe. So, yeah, the whole thing's not good. A lot of us were looking forward to that fight. That fight in itself was a big seller, especially in America, for those who were thinking about getting DAZN. And now that fight's off, a lot of people who may have actually subscribed to it may not now. So, yeah, again, it's like a bit of a knock-on effect, that is for sure. But it's like Eddie Hearn said in their interview earlier on, what he says about Frank Warren, the fact that he's saying that Eddie Hearn is sitting on the fence. But Eddie Hearn is not Billy Joe Saunders' promoter. He was just promoting the show. Okay, Frank Warren is his promoter, and he has very, very good relations with the WBO, which may explain why it could only be a 6-month ban opposed to a 2-year ban. But ultimately, if it's okay to use throughout the world, but just not with VADA, it is bizarre for me. I think all anti-doping agencies or associations need to come together and come up with a list that everyone agrees with, because this particular supplement is only banned on the night of the fight, not in the training, not out of training, but only on the fight of the night. But with VADA, it's banned 365. You cannot use it at all. Doesn't matter if it's in a nasal spray, a lip balm, doesn't matter what it's in, you cannot use it. And again, some may agree, some may disagree, but anyway, that's what it is. And I'll put this article in the description so you guys can go have a read of it yourself and come to your own conclusions on it all. Drop your thoughts below, click that thumbs up, and of course subscribe. Catch you all on the next video.